the month of May. It is another gloomy day in May. May. Wednesday, May 21st. I'm gonna go to bed in like the next 20-30 minutes, but I don't know what's compelling me to come on and like share this, but I am going to buy some new clothes. Instead of impulsively shopping, I have gotten into the habit of like opening tabs of items that I'm interested in and really thinking about how they will fit into my wardrobe, if it's worth the price. I've been trying to be more intentional about the material of the clothes that I'm buying. So trying to buy more things that are 100% organic cotton or organic linen versus like polyester. Just being mindful of like the sustainability side of fashion and trying to be more sustainable in my fashion, while also I feel my style changing a little bit. Like in some ways I feel myself being a little more, not fun, but like fun's not the word that I'm trying to use. Colorful maybe? And then at the same time, I want to like nail down some basics and some things that I know will like last over time. Anyways, the whole point that I even brought this up was in the process of like buying clothes, I found that like I need to measure myself, because a couple of the items that I'm going to buy, I'm going to make a separate video about like my style and like my evolving style and like kind of creating my own, I don't want to say capsule wardrobe, but creating my own like grown woman, about to be 32 wardrobe. And in that, I have to buy clothes, and to buy clothes and to know what size to wear or to know what size to buy, I have to measure myself. Now, people probably don't know this about me, but I unfortunately have a history of like eating disorders. And something that I found really helpful is not weighing myself. I haven't weighed myself since when did I start school? 2017. And I don't know how much I weigh. So anytime I go to a doctor's office, or like last year I had to go to the emergency room, I tell all of my providers, like, I don't want to know my weight. And everyone has been respectful. Nobody's just like, that's weird. They're like, okay, well, we're going to take it. We're not going to tell you. Like, everyone has been respectful. So because of that, I don't know how much I weigh. I also haven't measured myself in years, but again, because I'm buying clothes, and I'm also buying clothes from like different brands. So one of the brands I'm going to buy something from is an Australian brand, or two brands are from Australia, and the other one is from Nigeria. And so I'm like, because it's the first time I'm buying clothes from your website, I really need to get my measurements to know what size to buy. So I took my measurements. I was shocked. I'm not gonna lie. I was shocked. Like when I measured my bust, I was like, what? Huh? I looked at the number. I was like, wait, really? Then I measured my waist, and I was like, okay, it's kind of what I thought it would be, but again, a larger number than I wanted it to be. And so I guess I'm filming this just to share, like, I don't know if anybody else will like be able to resonate, but when you're actively trying to lose weight and then you see a number maybe on the scale, or like you measure yourself and it's like not what you want it to be, it's very like, dang. Like, I don't know how else to describe it other than I was shocked, and like, maybe this is dramatic, but I felt like a pit in my stomach, and I felt like my legs go weak. I was like, whoa, like I felt off. Even now filming this, I'm like, yikes. Yeah. A few days ago, I was thinking about the idea that you should love your body at every size. And I remember thinking, like, maybe a year or two ago, I remember being like, that's true, like, you should. But recently, I've just been questioning, like, do I really love myself at this size? I question it because, like, I'm actively trying not to be this size. So if I'm trying so hard to change this size, do I really love this size or my body at this size? I question that. And at one point last week, I was like, no, I don't love my body at every size. I don't love my body at this size. I don't love my body. And it's so funny because I didn't click on anything on Instagram that had anything to do with body or loving yourself at every size at all. I didn't even say it out loud. But somehow on YouTube and on Instagram, I've been coming across people who are on a weight loss journey, and all of them, literally at the end of the video, is like, I wouldn't be making this progress if I didn't love my body at my previous size. And I was like, why am I seeing this? Why am I seeing this? And I think God is trying to tell me, like, that is the only way. Like, you have to love your body. And if you think about it, like, God gave me this body, and I know he doesn't want me to hate myself. At the same time, I'm sure he's all for me trying to improve my body in a way that makes me feel comfortable. At the same time, I know he doesn't want me to hate myself. And so anyways, this is going to be a very long blah to say that, like, yeah, for a split second, I thought about ordering the items in a size smaller, which is something I used to do. I used to order things in a size smaller just to be like, you need to lose the weight because you've already spent the money on this. And then I was like, no, Alexia, you're going to order your size. You're going to rock the crap out of these new clothes. And you are going to work towards loving your body, this body. You're going to work towards loving this body. Because I'm not going to lie. Like, the bust is throwing me. My boobs have never been bigger than this. And it's really throwing me. It's really throwing me. I'm very ashy. But it's jarring. It's jarring. Like, when you know your body to be a certain way and then it's not that way, you're like, what is this? But anyways, this is a very long rant. This is a very long yap session. Anyways, good night. Morning. It is Friday, May 23rd. Look, don't mind the boxes in the back, okay? Yes, I've been here for over 3 months. I still haven't unpacked all my furniture. Mind your business. Now, what I came on here to show you is a quick gardening update. So, my cucumber plants have officially started flowering. Now, this is what they look like. You can see the flower here. One thing that surprised me is how quickly the flowers open. I'm gonna insert pictures of what this looked like 2 days ago and then 2 hours ago, because it was slightly open and then it really opened within an hour, which is super fast. I didn't know that. Funny story. So when my peas started flowering, I thought the flowers were like cute little decorations. I was like, oh, that's cute. I didn't know pea plants would have flowers and peas. Like, that's cute. That'll look pretty. The person who gave the pea plant to me from my small group, I was telling her this and she giggled because I did not know that the peas actually come out of the flowers. But yeah, it has been extremely gray and rainy in Brooklyn these past few weeks, really this past week. And so I have been supplementing with this grow light here. But anyways, I just came on here to share a quick gardening update about my cucumbers and how they're flowering. And I'm just really happy that everything is growing well. All right, we are extremely short-staffed, like super short-staffed, and it's super busy, and so I saw patients today. There are times where I definitely miss being by the bedside. Like, I love patient care, I love seeing patients, but today was so busy. Today drained me. I'll get to go home soon. In like the next half an hour, I should be out of here. Visited patient at bedside, reports. eating 75 to 100% of meals before its last PM was today. Diagnosis, intervention. All right, it's a few hours later. I chilled for a bit, had a snack, some pretzels and hummus, watched half of 90 Day Fiancé, and now I am heading out. This is what I'm wearing. Very chill, very casual. I'm going to the BAM Rose Cinemas, to see a film that's a part of the BAM Dance Africa weekend. I'm going to another BAM Dance Africa weekend event on Monday, but the event that I'm going to tonight is a film screening, and it's a film called So Long a Letter, and it is based on the book that I think has the same title. So yeah, looking forward to watching that. I know the film is about a woman who's working through, basically like trying to work through the fact that her husband has taken a second wife. And it's funny because I'm rereading Stay With Me, which anybody who knows that book knows it's not about Akin taking a second wife, but the main character, her husband, takes a second wife. That's how the book basically starts out, is him taking a second wife behind her back, basically. But anyways, I'm weirdly fascinated with that idea or concept of a second wife. I don't know why, but anytime I see a book or a film about that, I'm like, I want to watch. It's just something very foreign to me. It's not very common it's not very common in Jamaican culture. Side pieces are very common, but a second wife, at least not in my family, it's not something that I grew up around or in a culture that kind of like talked about second wives so openly. So I don't know, that kind of interests me. I don't know why. But yeah, I'm excited to go watch this film.
This is a Manhattan-bound 5 train. The next stop.
This community has been around for 48 years. It will be around for 48 years more as you see our youth. And I want to give thanks and honor for the elders who are sitting here today who have gave our youth character, morality, and guidance.
This is the one time we can have this communal gathering and hopefully refuel each other. In any case, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family of Film Africa and the New York African Film Festival, welcome. Thank you.
I'm very happy to be here today. I will try my English, so sorry if I don't talk very well. It's a real pleasure for me to make this US premiere here in New York, in Brooklyn, and in my Hints Festival, because 15 years ago he was the one who gave me strength to continue and always asking about the movie, how I'm doing, how my boy is doing. So it was so warm and helping me to go on, even if it was a long work. It was a very long, it's a long letter, so it was a very long work.
The relationship between the two films, and also just like the difference between doing a documentary and being able to interpret the fiction.
C'est vrai que je viens du documentaire. J'ai fait du documentaire, j'adore faire du documentaire. Je pense que je vais y retourner d'ailleurs parce que c'est moins long.
I come from the documentary world, and I think I'm going to go back to it because it's less long.
Et puis, je pensais au tatouage des gencives, à la façon dont on montrait notre culture africaine au monde. Je trouvais que souvent, il y avait des, comment on appelle ça, des préjugés, une façon de nous juger comme des gens pas intelligents, archaïques et tout. Et je me dis, mais ça dépend de nous, comment on leur montre notre culture.
So I wanted to show African culture in a different light when I thought about some of our, people judged our culture a lot of the time, and I wanted to portray it in a different light.
What an excellent, great film. First of all, I didn't go there for comedy. I did not expect to laugh so much. I really didn't. Like, a story about polygamy and like a man taking a second wife and how hard that was for the woman Didn't expect to laugh. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. The second wife's mom, hilarious. The griot, Ramatui's, or Rama, Lord, let me not mess up her name. Rama's friend, the griot, hilarious. Rama's daughter, Daba, hilarious. Like, oh, it was such a funny, really, really, really good film. And I love when they have like a Q&A with the director after. Love that. Loved her. Quick aside, it was nice to hear French. Like, the director spoke French. And it's kind of, what's the word? Not an ego boost, but I feel good when people speak French and I understand what they're saying. Obviously, she had a translator with her, but there were certain things that she said that I was like, I know exactly what she said. And then the translator would translate. I'm like, yep, je parle français, yep, je comprends, like, yep. That was nice. Obviously, I don't speak fluent French, but I can get by. And it was nice to have that reminder, like, no, you still got it, babe. You still got it. Growing up in Canada, learning French as a second language, living in Montreal, those 4.5 years, that did something. It's still in there somewhere. That's still one of my goals, is to, I always say relearn French, but I'm not relearning French. I'm just improving my French. That's one of my goals still. But yeah, it was nice. Great film, great night. It was also nice. Another aside that I didn't expect to see, it was just so nice to see so many Black couples, like Black love everywhere. There was this older Black couple that ended up sitting beside me. So cute. The woman was falling asleep during the film. She had a little blanket and everything. She was cozy. But that was nice too, just seeing Black love everywhere. We love to see it. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna head to bed now. Have a good night.